Hi, everybody, and welcome to the MCAS Proctor training. So we're just going to go over some of the things that if you were trained for the English MCAS, you can be refreshed for the Math MCAS, and if you did not attend that training, you're getting it now. So one of the big themes that we wanted to get back to was our traditional testing norms for MCAS. I think it was successful during the English exam. We did have a few students that had to have their tests invalidated because of cell phone issues, but we are going to continue to push on our protocol so that we can make sure we are fulfilling the state's requirements for testing and for test security. So the first thing is classroom arrangement. If you're in your own room, please the night before arrange the desks so that they're in a row and that they are at least 3 feet apart from each other. If you are not proctoring but your room is being used, please, I will send out announcements and reminders for that to get done the night before so that the person going into the room doesn't have to rush to get it done in the morning. If you have any questions, please just let me know. As far as attendance goes, I will send out an attendance list, a picture of it you can see there on the bottom. What all I'm asking for you to do is to mark an X if a student is absent. All right, so X for absent. If a student is attending and in class and testing, please have that be a blank space. This will make it easier for admin and grad coaches to grab the students that are not present. We will bring students to the rooms as they arrive, and we will only bring students to a new room for testing on the overflow during the lunch period. So even if a student arrives late, they will be brought to your room, and we will do our best to have them all ready and logged into the computer before they get there to limit the disruption they bring to each testing room. As far as the testing security goes, cell phones are our biggest issue. There can't be any cell phones, pouches, anything like that in the student's possession. So I'm going to ask you as students arrive and you begin to test, have everyone produce a cell phone and or pouch on their desk and collect them and put them in the box that you receive with your materials. Any student that has a cell phone out during testing, whether it's in the room or in the hallway, will have their test invalidated. We did have this happen to a few students during ELA, so it will be done. And you can tell the students that it does risk all the other students in the room. So if one test is invalidated, it is possible that all tests for each room would be invalidated. So use that social pressure against them. We ask that only one student's allowed to the restroom at a time. Kind of be vigilant if they have anything in their pockets or anything like that as they leave. Because again, if they bring their cell phone into the hallway or anything like that, their test does need to be invalidated. So all phones, please put them into the box at the beginning of testing. What can students have at their desks? Well, very minimal things. They can have a bottle of water, they can have a writing utensil, and then they'll actually have a resource sheet and scrap paper they can have. Everything else should be in their bags. Their bags should be placed at the front of the room, and they will not access them until everybody in the room is done testing. So that should be understood right at the beginning. If you have any issues, please call for administrators. We don't mind being the bad guys when it comes to those things. Again, we need to make sure that the testing environment is secure. When they're done, students do have their laptops. They are able to access work and do things on their laptops when they are finished. If students want to have a book ready, they can have that placed with their backpack at the front of the room, somewhere that's not inside their backpack. And so they can get that when they are done testing, they can bring the book back to their desk. Please, if you want to be proactive, coloring pages, word searches, puzzles, things of that nature, they can be provided to students to do while they're done. Students are free to put their head down, but they do need to remain in the rooms all the way until the condensing period. So when students are finished, please do not release them. Do not send them back to their classes. They have to remain in the testing environment for the full time. If you have disruptions in the testing room, call for administrators, and we will come and remove the student. But please, no passes out of the room. I know it's a long time, but we've done this before COVID, and we are getting back to it now. It's the same amount of time we always have had in the rooms. So if you have any questions or concerns, again, please see me individually. Make sure that students, when they are finished or claim to be done, you'll see it on your screen. I'll show you in a second that they are submitted. So students may say that they finished all the questions, but it does prompt them a few times to click submit. So after they click submit, it's going to say, are you sure you're done? And they have to click submit again. So make sure that they are all the way submitted. It'll show on your screen that the student is indeed finished and completed. It will have to say completed for the student to have been submitted. So please make sure if they are done that says that on your screen. All testing materials will be back to Ms. Anderson during that fourth lunch block and that overflow. Students that are brought to the overflow room will keep their testing ticket, and Ms. Anderson will have it put back in your box for the next morning. Now I want to show you just where to go for the actual test administration. So you do have a Pearson Access Next account. You should have received an email to reset your password at some point. So you're going to want to make sure that you are logged in and ready to go before the day of the test. We don't want to have to do this the morning of and try to be scrambling. So please make sure your account's all set. I'm going to click log in, and it's going to bring me to my main screen here. So what I want to make sure first thing is at the top middle, there's going to be a section where which test we're in. So you want to make sure that we are in spring 23 and that we're there for ELA and math. You want to make sure that test is selected. So I'm going to make sure that one's selected. And then in the middle, you'll see testing. I'm going to click on sessions, which will bring me to all the sessions. You can see you can have ELA or math. So if I am math and I'm Mr. Bailey, I'm going to click on Mr. Bailey here. And then I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to click on Go to Students in Sessions. Mr. Bailey's name will appear here. I'm going to click on it, and that'll bring me to my session. So the morning of the session, all you're going to need to do before students arrive is to click Prepare Session. Once you've done that, when students log in, they will have the opportunity to see a Ready button when you unlock it. So I'm not going to do that now, but if you click Prepare Session, you'll then see a couple of different drag bars here that allow you to unlock the test for the students, and you'll be able to see it here that their tests are either locked or unlocked, and you can do it individually if you need to. At certain times during the test, the students may get kicked out of the test, and you would have to click here and have them restarted, but their spot will be saved on their test. So hopefully this is a good overview of what you'll need to do in the morning of the test. If you have any questions about the administration of the test of any kind, please give me an email or see me personally, and we will get that figured out as soon as we can. Appreciate it. Good luck, and thank you.